The exhaust has been cleaned, and then I suppose the cleaner must have been neutralised with an acid, probably phosphoric acid, because there's a blue tint which I'm not very keen on. So a quick one with the wire brush just to remove the phosphated layer of aluminium. Originally the exhaust was held on with a couple of gutter bolts, so I've made up a couple of new studs just to tidy it up a bit. One last thing before the exhaust could be mounted. The gasket was made out of heat resistant gasket paper, tapped out on the flange of the exhaust box. A bit of exhaust gasket goo just to take up any imperfections in the flange. The exhaust studs have nuts on both ends. A bit unusual to have it mounted on a flange on the engine. Normally they screw into the cylinder, but not in this case. So definitely shake-proof washers on both ends. Make sure the clutch lever's in the right place and isn't interfered with by the exhaust. And bolt up into place. Lastly, trim off the excess gasket. I do hate bits of paper hanging out from joints. Time for the wheels. Started with the rear wheel and took off the freewheel sprocket. This is completely shot, so a bit of abuse here didn't matter. Next I tried to save a couple of spokes for use cutting to length of the new ones. In this case, 2 sizes are required. The rest were removed with a bit of angle grinder abuse. The hubs were cleaned up on the wire wheel. Most of the rust was removed this way. It was then given a coating of rust killer phosphate solution. Hopefully this will kill all the rust. I got this stuff at the Beaulieu Auto Jumble and it seems very powerful. After sufficient time to cure, both hubs were given an undercoat and then a top coat of silver. The spokes were cut to length and then threaded. You can see this on my other video, making spokes the old-fashioned way. I'll try and put a link at the top of the page. Then it's a simple case of inserting the spokes and lacing the wheels up. These hubs are quite handy, as one side you have to thread the spokes, but the other side you can just loop them in and pull them to one side to lock. It means you can build one side of the wheel and then very easily lace up the second side. I have another video on lacing wheels. I'll try and put the link in the top corner as well. The wheel was trued up in the front forks. It's an easy way of ensuring that the wheel is central in the forks and the offset to the hub is correct. The axle is a bit suspect on this as well. It looks more like a rear axle with 2 flats on each side, and the cones don't seem to tighten properly on the bearings, so I shall have to take this out and investigate. Thanks for watching.